Evoking. Put you in the sickle for the harvest is right. We ain't down for wickedness, false prophets a lie. Woman to the wicked grass of blind the sight. Unquenchable flame, stars fall in the night. Shemayim snapped the scroll, mountains fled in the anger. Hills a flock of rams skipping special forces, we call angels. Really by no labels, we bout labor for the source. Wells up in infinite, waters coming forth. Spiritual revival, dehydration shall I pour. Kept the run down to the mouth, cool floor. Kingdom heaven in me is parts of the morbid head. Treasure like deep in you, key to the never end. We all a ray, a fragment piece of the sea sledge. Point of a center, he segment filled in with ether. He'll be on and then you're passing the present teacher. Pre-sealed and covenant, Nehemiah, not Easter. We all a ray, a fragment piece of the sea sledge. Point of a center, he segment filled in with ether. He'll be on and then you're passing the present teacher. Pre-sealed and covenant, Nehemiah, not Easter. Not a game, stolen the soul arrangement. Have a series in the details, mirrors and smoking ancients. Incriminating emails, fake news, read the paper. Pimping who been printing, it's all designed to take ya. Division in your cells, almighty sustain. Ain't got hard relying on nothing else. In trouble, it's all vapor, elder wind in the sails. The water, the whole rainbow, reclamation, just a vessel. The rest of Jonah you came for. Stay mind, blow it holy who. Lord, if they only knew how they controlling you, thought still a slave. Look how they holding you, enemy scoping you, word on the wing. Stay mind, blow it holy who. Lord, if they only knew how they controlling you, thought still a slave. Look how they holding you, enemy scoping you, word on the wing. Force tremendous, Bill Adam breath, living dust, mushy for the enemy, burnt down like a Dutch. Once upon a distant, dirty sackcloth in the ashes. Truth don't grow with mischief, prayer get raised about the ashes. Save me from the mire, I would fell if not your pasture. Had you not an anchor, if you save me, I'll be thorn. Thorn to the thief, leech, mind to the corn. Stone in the sling, sing signs in the storm. Rock foundation, time echo with the north. Recon over game, wings fly with the force. All purpose type material to camouflage the course. Tiger stripe, orange, red drip from the source. We all array, your fragment piece of the sea sledge. Point of a center, he segment filled in with ether. He'll be on it then, you're passing the present teacher. Pre-sealed and covenant, Nehemiah, not Easter. Stay mind, blow it holy who. Lord, if they only knew how they controlling you, thought still a slave. Look how they holding you, enemy scoping you, word on my word. Stay mind, blow it holy who. Lord, if they only knew how they controlling you, thought still a slave. Look how they holding you, enemy scoping you, word on my word.
What's going on, folks? We're going to, over the next few days or so, continue with the Karl Lentz legal versus lawful Q&A. It's good information. According to me, everybody needs it. You know how that works. If I believe I need it, then so do you. So we're going to go with that. I'm going to play the background. We're going to listen together. If you got something that's absolutely emergent or pressing, the link is still in the description. Yeah, let's just get right into it.
STARKE.
Yeah, that's all it was. They were just in they were in circuit court because it was considered a felony and it was over $10,000 they were being sued for.
Yeah.
So in Indiana, you guys got like a district court and a circuit court. So these people going to
Knox County is south of Mount.
Yeah, Knox County, south down by Evansville, by Vincennes.
Yeah.
And then these folks in Fort Wayne, I was in their county. Man, I was in their county for 2 weeks. I was talking to the lieutenant. I still don't remember the damn name of that county off the top of my head. But
all right, if I don't register the vehicle and don't put plates on it,
no, you show the Secretary of State responsibility, financial responsibility layout. They show you. Insurance companies actually have on their webpage. They'll show you how to do proof of financial responsibility. I could have sworn I put it on my webpage.
Was going to get insurance on it, yes.
Yeah, my webpage is boardmine.org, right? You know that, www.boardmine.org.
Yeah, the insurance part is not on there. And on your documents, you've only got 15 documents on there. You don't have the full 40 documents on your case.
I thought I did. Okay, maybe I don't. But like I said, just Google financial response proof of financial responsibility, and actually, like Geico will show you how to do it. Allstate will show you how to do it, and all you have to do is there's like 3 or 4 ways the state accepts proof of responsibility. All you have to do is either buy a state bond, or you have to, like a state savings bond. Like a United States.
I was going to buy full coverage on the vehicle.
Well, what I'm saying, if the insurance company says no, we want it insured, and because we want it registered, and we have to see proof of title, we want all that stuff. I'm just saying, if an insurance company won't let you do it.
Yeah, he just asked me for the VIN number, and that's all. He would insure it.
Right. So if that's all they want, but sometimes they say, look, we want the VIN number, but we'll give you 30 days to register it and title it. You see what I'm saying? I've seen that. So like I said, if you just Google quote unquote is the proof of financial responsibility, you'll actually see the insurance companies. Like I'm in Maryland right now. They don't need insurance on these cars. They don't need them. But what they want to see is proof of financial responsibility. So you could either get a state bond, you could either put money up in escrow, or I'm trying to remember the third one that you could do. They just flat out tell like the state to hold a cash deposit. I mean, it's pretty simple. I mean, the actual insurance companies show you how to do it. So it's not my crazy belief. It's the actual way the insurance companies tell you how to do it, how to show proof of financial responsibility. And all you do is send it to the Secretary of State. The Secretary of State actually, the governor, that's the Secretary's governor, the Secretary of State. And the governor's supposed to represent the people. So all you're doing is letting all the people know that you're covered. And if they get into an accident with you, you're fine. So that's all you're trying to get it set up through the Secretary of State's office. Okay. And the Secretary of State, if you read Malik, and I have been writing back and forth to the Secretary of State in Illinois, doing just exactly what you're trying to do here. And the Secretary of State said, I just got your letter today. So today means like 12 o'clock, noon. He says, I'm running back to you now. I'm telling you, the Secretary of State will, as soon as he gets you a letter, and like Malik sends him certified, as soon as he gets you a letter, he will respond that day. He will answer you that day. And if you look at the Malik's letters, I don't think I put any on my webpage yet, but the Secretary of State says, very truly yours. So what that means is, like I say to people, it means that he's saying truly he is yours. He's your servant, that he's your public servant. So he recognizes that you recognize that he works for you. Because when I think the Secretary of State, I think we've been calling him Andrew or Andy. It's like, dear Andy, greetings. So because Malik wanted to say, your Honorable Secretary of State or Secretary of State of Illinois. No, you don't address the title, you address the man. And like if he was your butler, he wouldn't say your Honorable Butler. You would just say, hey, Bob, or hey, Joe, my butler. Hey, Joe, come here, Joe. I need you to do something for me. Right. So you have to talk to him on a first name basis. And then that's all you have to do. I mean, I don't really, like I said, worry about all this MSO stuff. I mean, what if they make something called a TRW? And then you're going to chase a TRW form down. It's like, I don't care what you people are doing with your magic papers and your magic bonds. I'm not part of your world. I'm in a 3-dimensional world. I physically am holding this car. Somebody's going to have to physically come into court and claim that car that I am physically holding, they should lawfully be physically holding, not me. Let them come and do that. Until then, you have no case.
Yeah.
That's pretty simple. Simple logic, man.
The vehicle door, could I put in there private property, not for hire, and I'm a man?
You mean for like a tag? You mean a license plate, like a tag?
I put it on the front, the driver's side door, and also the rear door, and possibly put a tag on there, a number that I make up.
Well, I really want to put it, like I said, how I always seen it in New York. When I was a kid, it would just say private. It would either just say private or it'd say not for hire. It was just that simple. I mean, I'm only sure you could probably go on the internet right now and go buy a set of tags for $5 each, just say either private or not for hire.
Right.
You don't even got to make anything up. They already sell them. And just say private or not for hire. I mean, believe me, if you had a Mercedes or a Rolls Royce or something like that, or a Cadillac something, you think anybody would stop anybody who had an Escalade that said private on it? You think a cop would actually be crazy enough to stop a black, limousine that said private on it, not for hire, and ask them why does he have a private not for hire thing on it? No,
now,
the guy alone.
if a cop does stop me and I ask him if he's giving me orders and I'm going to bill him for his orders?
Yeah, that'd be wonderful. It's like, like I said, that's a fun way. Then me and Malik are going to try to work it, because Malik doesn't have a commercial driver's license, and it looks like I said, when you folks get DUIs out there, they're making you guys do crazy and crazier stuff. So what was funny with Malik, he did every single class, he paid every single fine, he did every single evaluation, drug test, piss test, he did everything they told him to do. And Secretary of State said, well, we don't believe you were sincere or honest enough in your drinking assessment. We really believe you have a bigger drinker problem than you really admitting that you have.
Yeah,
so at this time, we're not going to give you back your license.
It's disgusting.
It's ridiculous. And like I said, well, it's because you live in the city of Chicago, and they got mass transit, and they want you guys to stop using your cars. They want you to go green, use the subway, use the buses, use mass transit. That's what they want you guys to do.
That's why I moved to Indiana.
Yeah, well, I like Indiana, man. I've been all over it, man. It's really nice. It's a lot nicer than I thought it was. I thought it was just plain. I thought it was full of hills, like kind of like mountainy, and then just all.
South, where there was no glacier, there's a lot of hills and valleys there.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's a lot flatter than I thought it was. I didn't think it started getting flat until I got to Iowa, Springfield. I didn't think it got flat until way out there, but it gets pretty flat in Indiana.
Right.
But like I said, the judges are loving this stuff, man. They're handing in there, and they're laughing. They're in Indiana anyway. Mm-hmm. So 2 judges got the stuff so far, and they just said, boy, they had a good time, and the judges enjoyed it. So, like I said, when people start realizing how simple this is, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Hey, Karl, when you get a chance.
The prosecutors don't like it, but the judges love it. What's that?
They're left out. That's why they don't want to legalize drugs. Because
hey, right. They're just sitting there, and then they got nothing to do. Oh, it's so funny. Like the little guy said, the judge said to the little guy, do you want to proceed? And the little guy said, nah, let the prosecutor have another month like he wants it, nah. And I said, no. I said, well, you're supposed to say, you never say no in court. The judge ever says that, if you always do that conditional acceptance stuff, that Gordon Hall conditional, not that big 37-word bullshit thing that he does. But you know what I'm saying? He's supposed to say, well, yeah, you know what? I would like to proceed. I'd like to proceed right to a dismissal. And if you don't want to dismiss it, then I'd like to move to getting me some sort of a scheduling fee for me reappearing here and have to come and take some time off from work and reappear. So, yeah, that I'd like to proceed to. So either can we proceed to a dismissal without prejudice, because I'd be glad to come back here when he has a bona fide legitimate case against me. But if you don't, I'm going to require a scheduling fee, Judge, because you're getting paid to be here, and he's getting paid to be here, and she's getting paid to be here. I'd like to get paid to be here. We should all be fair, square. This should all be fair and just. We all should be getting a little bit of something for being here today. I got to get that lady on there. Her daughter had her and her daughter had some serious hospital bills. And the lawyer for the hospital treated them like crap the last time they were in court, and the judge was threatening to take garnish their paycheck and get a warning debt on them and all that other stuff, and they were real hostile. And we made something really simple for the lady, and the lady went in there and said the best I could do is $5 a month, and then nice, and the attorney for the hospital was really nice, and she was really happy. That wow, they were a lot nicer to me this time. It all depends on what you write. Mm-hmm. They didn't say anything in court, man. It's all what you put in writing. You present your case, you got to write to them. Like you were saying, it's like a 2-dimensional world. They know what's going on, man.
Right.
They know it's a 2-dimensional world they're trying to move against you. They know there's no man going against you. It's a bill. It's a piece of paper going against you. So you just answer to the bill. You don't answer to the man. Because no man's going to be there in court. It's just going to be the bill. It's going to be a piece of paper. Nobody's going to verify that bill. Nobody's going to be able to stand behind that piece of paper and say it's true. So you answer to the bill. You don't answer to the man. Oh, one guy we had, man, it was pretty funny, man. He has a animal welfare control. He has chickens in the city limits, Fort Wayne. I don't know if that man's on tonight or not. But it was so funny, man. The game warden or whatever, they kept putting notes on his house, notes on his door, bringing cops on his property, all stuff. And I said to him, well, the game warden man is writing some really nice letters to you. I said, nothing hateful yet, nothing threatening, no extortion. I said, they're really nice letters. So if you started to write stuff all like in legalese, I said, no, man, calm down, back it down. I said, talk like a moron, man. I said, here, let me do it for you. So, like, every time you use the word like concern, I wrote the word worry. And when he said, he's like, worry about, like concerns about, I wrote worry about. And I took off the letter A off about and just said worry about. And then I said, oh, here, let me write the words with the letter S in it. Let me make the S's backwards so it looks like a Z. I said, let's just make it seem, you just got to dumb it down. And the man, the game warden guy, wouldn't give the guy in Fort Wayne, Indiana, wouldn't give him the man's name. He just kept saying, I'm agent number 10. So I just said, I wrote in the letter, so agent 10, is 10 your first name? That's a strange name. I said, can you please give me a name? See, because I want the guy to please give him his name. You see, because I can't write a bill unless I got the guy's name. So it's got to be the given name. He's got to give me his name. So we're going to write him a bill. So it's so funny. It's like, I'm not sure what you want me to do, but I'll be glad to take your order. But we talked like such morons. The guy was laughing his ass off. I was staying at a motel up there. Him and his buddy came by. He says, hey, can you go proofread this for me? And I proofread it, and I just like rolled it up and said, this is garbage, man. I said, you're trying to trap a fox. It's a human being, man. They could see if you're setting them up that you want to make you want them to create orders. So you don't want them to realize that you're setting them up. So you play stupid. It's like, well, man, I used to take orders at Taco Bell. I took orders at McDonald's, but they fired me because I was taking a bath in a sink. And Taco Bell they didn't mind, but McDonald's, they didn't go for that. So, but I'm good at taking orders, sir. So if you'd like to order me to get these chickens out of here, I'd be more glad to take these chickens out of here. I'll take them out yonder or whatever. I got a nice home for them. Just order me to take them out of here, and I'd be more than glad to take your order. So I said, play as stupid as you can be. I said, just be stupid. And I said, and then when he gives you an order, I said, carry the order out. Take the chickens out to the county and give him a nice bill. Say, give him like $1,000 bill for each chicken. Say the veterinarian bill for the next 3 years and the babysitting bill and the chicken coop bill and everything else. You see what I'm saying? Just give him a bill for carrying out the order. See how simple that is?
Yeah, that's all you're talking about, Karl.
That's all you got to do.
Yep. They want me to take a cycle vow, I'll hit them with the bill. That's going to cost you 10, 20 grand. That's
right. Say it's $1,000 a chicken. Say, well, we got housing feeds out there in the county that's more than the city, but here in the city I was willing to house them and feed them. But there, it's going to cost me money to actually pay people. So you ordered me to do it. So since you ordered me, he can't bill office of 10. He wants to, bill office of Bob Friendly or Bob Jones, Bob Smith. So he's going to have to get the man's name. So you get to say one man ordered another man to do something with another man's property. Like that was my property. I never said those chickens were on my property. That's my property. Once he goes and hands the bill and he says, oh, I'm not going to pay you for this. What are you not going to pay me for this? You ordered me to go do it. I did what you ordered me to do. You're a man. I'm a man. You ordered me to do it? Yeah. Well, what do you think? I'm just going to do anything any man orders me to do. When I worked at Taco Bell, they paid me. You're going to pay me here. I take your order here. You won't pay me. It's going to be fun. So he was laughing his ass off. He says, okay, Karl, I see where you're going with this.
All right. Mm-hmm.
But you don't talk all legalese and then, man, because then they're going to shut up. Or they're going to get their supervisor. They're going to get their legal department and say, oh, what should I do with this? This man is telling me blah, blah, blah. He's using all fancy stuff on me. They'll bring it right to the legal department and they'll say, do this, this, and this instead. But whatever you do, don't order him to do a damn thing, because this guy's going to flip a bill on you. Because it's like I said, why do you think they're starting to say to all their officers, call yourselves Agent 10, call yourselves Agent 9. Don't even give your first name. Don't even say Bob anymore. Right. Don't even say Jones or Smith or John Doe. Right. Don't say nothing no more. Just say Agent 10.
It's kind of like
how you going to hold an agent liable?
Right. Right.
The man flat out told you he's just an agent. He's just agent. I'm just Agent 10, man. This isn't I'm not liable for any of this, man. I'm just Agent 10. All that guy had to do when the judge said, would you like to proceed? Right. He said, nah, I'll wait till the prosecutor's ready. Yeah. The only thing he had to do was say, yes, of course I want to proceed. You got my notice in front of you now. Let's proceed immediately. I proceed immediately to a dismissal. I proceed immediately to put the prosecutor on the witness stand. You know what I'm saying? And I want to cross-examine him. That's all he had to do. The judge read all the paperwork. You see what I'm saying? The judge read the paperwork. He knew what I was asking to do. I was asking to put the prosecutor on the witness stand. So then that man had the opportunity to put the prosecutor on the witness stand, and the prosecutor had to answer. And the guy just dropped the ball. Because the assistant prosecutor asked the other prosecutor, the older prosecutor, he said, do you have to answer these 3 questions, like on the witness stand? He said, well, we'll find out soon. You see what I'm saying? The man just dropped the ball. He didn't know. It's like, oh, I could put the prosecutor on the witness stand. I said, absolutely. You claimed the court, man. You're a court, man. Do it. He said, I didn't know I could do it. I said, you just claimed the court. Do it. Drop the fucking hammer, man. The judge just asked you, do you want to proceed? Do you want me to swear in the prosecutor? He's like, nah, that's okay. He wants to wait another month to answer this. I guess I'll give him another month. I said, dude, you had the court. It was like a consciousness, man. This is your court now. Move it. Move the damn thing. I gave you the basketball. There's the line. Cross the fucking line and take your shot. Nah, I think I'll stay on my side of the line. I'm kind of scared, you know. I want my court, but I don't want my court, because when I finally do get caught, hell, I might, you know, double dribble, or, you know, and I might just fuck it up. No, dude, do it. You know, people are just afraid.
Just do it without making sure that
I show everybody how to get their court. When they get their court, they don't know what to do. They just stand there and they freeze. It's like, look, I gave you the ringside seat. Now you're actually in the court. Now you're there. Now you're in. Let's do this. And they don't know what to do. They just freeze. Just ask the man. He's a man. You're a man. Ask the damn guy. Do I owe you any damn thing? No. Who the hell told you to come in here and take my money from me? Well, where is he? I want to cross-examine that plaintiff. Who is that guy? Well, I work for the state. Where is that state? Don't I have the right to cross-examine that state? Where's that state? It was simple questions, man. The judge was laughing his ass off, because the judge was like, man, I've been waiting for this like my whole fucking life. Finally, somebody knows how to fucking play this stupid game. Finally, this guy's a player. Finally. The judges love it, man. The prosecutors hate it. Because you guys just know how to curl up in the bowl and take an ass whooping like a good defendant. Defendants can't fight back. You're in contempt of court. You try to fight back as a defendant. You're in contempt. Hey, that's not your role. That's not your role. Your role is to lay there and take it. You're a defendant. You just do counter blows, man. You just bounce it. You just block. Don't take jabs at this guy. You're not prosecuting. He's prosecuting. You want to prosecute? Well, then you better make a claim that you want to prosecute. You want to switch the roles, man. You better fucking do it in writing. Don't think you're going to open up your mouth in court and start fighting back. Oh, no. You're trying to prosecute him? Oh, no. That's in contempt of court. You can't do that. You just got to know, man, what part of the play you're on, man. What part of the game.
Now
are you the defense, right? Are you defense? You can't pass the ball on defense, man. You're on defense. The only thing you can do is try to block it. You can't pass. What do you think you're doing? What game do you think you're playing? You're the defendant. So you got to stand up in court and say, oh, blah, blah, this guy, this, oh, this guy, this, oh, who does he think that? Well, what do you mean, who does he think he is? Well, you know what you need to do? Well, why don't you become a prosecutor and ask him? Do it. Nobody's stopping you. Go ahead and do it. But you better do it in writing. You better tell him what you're going to do. You better don't think you're just going to stand up in the middle of the play and say, oh, well, I don't want to play this no more. I want to play this. No, I don't want to be the prosecutor now. Hey, whoa. You want to play prosecutor? You claim your own court. Pretty simple.
Right. I didn't do it all the way right, but that's how it happened with me. So, I got to that point. But but just to show you, I wasn't in contempt of court. So I did it somewhat, but now Karl showed me how to do it, and telling me how to go about it. And that's what people are getting at, and I understand what he's saying on the call. Saying about how you actually hold your own court. But like Karl said, it's simple questions. You just got to turn into the prosecutor. You're not the defendant no more. You turn into the prosecutor. Now you're prosecuting your case against them. You're just turning the tables, and that's just how it is. But like you said, we're going there as a defendant. We can't do nothing.
Okay, so let's, if we could just jump into the situation with the guy with the chickens. Let's say you put the prosecutor in the box. Okay, the prosecutor's disqualified, and then it's decision time. Is this dismissed? Is this discharged? Or there's this honorable?
What do you mean? What do you mean the prosecutor's disqualified? What are you talking about?
Well. Let's say, okay, you just cross-examined the prosecutor of the complaint, and he's been disqualified. The prosecutor that says, oh, the chickens in the backyard. The prosecutor.
Who's prosecuting?
Okay, the guy with the complaint, the prosecutor, the one that's prosecuting the complaint that your claim is just true. You are the prosecutor, right?
He's just an agent.
He's an agent.
He's just an agent. He's just an agent of principle. Well, how is he what? Disqualified? No, he's an agent. He's doing his job. He's saying the principal says you did something. You ran afoul of the law. Come on, it's a joke. Come on, you ran afoul of the law. You get it? Okay, you're supposed to laugh. Okay. He said, look, I'm just an agent.
Oh, I just got it. Okay. Right.
You ran afoul of the law.
Guinea fowl in the backyard. I get it. Yeah.
You ran afoul of the law. Okay. Okay. So how is he disqualified? Why should he be disqualified? He's an agent acting on behalf of the principal, and you love it. Say, oh, good. You're an agent acting on behalf of the principal. That's lovely. Now, can you bring the principal? Please produce the principal. So I can compensate the principal if I've done him any wrong. You say I'm indebted. You say I'm indebted to the principal. Okay, I'm indebted. They got a principal over here, and I'm indebted to him. Okay. So how do I compensate the principal? How do I pay? What does he claim I owe? What does he claim is due? Sold money, man. What does he claim? What does he claim the damages? What did I do?
Well, I think
what harm is incurred?
Obviously, the principal's not going to show up. Obviously, you're not going to get to cross-examine whoever he's representing at your court.
You never know, man. Miracle on 34. Miracle on 34.
So you never know. So let's say the thing gets dismissed and you leave things open for the next 30 days for someone to come in and make a claim, make a counterclaim.
Dismissed? Why? Why would you want it dismissed?
Well, you've mentioned that as an option, in honor. Like, if somebody's really got a complaint, let's leave it open for 30 days. You've mentioned that in the past.
Why would you want it dismissed, man? And why do you want it discharged?
So how do you move for a discharge, or how do you ask? Do you move? Do you proclaim?
What would be the benefit of asking for a dismissal? Do you have any idea? Because you said you listen to my stuff, and sometimes I mention dismissal. What's the benefit of a dismissal?
Then you have a chance for a suit.
No, just let this man answer. Let this man answer. He said he knows my stuff. He says, sometimes I say dismissal. What's the benefit? Why? Tell people why you want to go for dismissal.
It's an option reserved to keep the claimant honorable. If I've really done somebody wrong, let's give them some time to come and make a counterclaim so that I can compensate them.
And what else is the benefit to that? That's just part of it, man. Let's finish it up, man. Finish it up. You're doing fine. Finish up what the rest of I say. You're doing fine. Just finish it up.
I just don't remember.
Okay. It's because if you dismiss it, then fine. I'd be more than glad to come back to hear any claim or complaint against what I've done and if any wrong or any harm. And when I do come back, if they move a claim and it's a false claim, or they just wasted my time, I'm going to need an appearance fee. Here's my scheduling fee for me to reappear. So this time I'll give you a freebie, but the next time I have to appear, and this case has no merit, which it has none today. It stands, it has no merit. There's no stand. You have nothing to go on. You got nothing. You got nothing. You see what I'm saying?
In court. Yeah. See, this is talking in court. This is what I want more of you. I want more stuff like this out of your mouth. This is that talking in court stuff.
It's not talking. Yeah. It's not talking. All I'm saying, when you want to dismiss, I say, I'll be more than glad. If you want to move for a dismissal, you say, okay, I wish to have this case dismissed.
I wish. Good. Thank you. Good. I wish to have this.
Right. I have to wish this case without prejudice, so that way if any man wants to come forward at any time in the future for the next 10,000 years and move a claim against me from doing wrong, I'll be more than glad to compensate that man for anything I've ever done wrong to him. That's fine. I'm here to compensate all. But if any man makes a false claim, I'm going to seek compensation from him for making me waste my time to answering a false claim.
So the agent goes and tells the principal, and the principal says, yay, wonderful, and canvasses the neighborhood and finds some old man that says that those guinea fowl in the backyard are hurting his nose and making his eyes water and disturbing his household.
Good.
Yeah.
Hand me the bill. Hand me the bill. Hand me the bill. I'll compensate him. Hand me the bill.
Yeah.
Hand me the bill. I'm sure you got a doctor's bill for your runny eyes and it's not scratchy nose. I'm sure you're not bullshitting. I'm sure you're not just lying. I'm sure you have verifiable proof that your complaint is merits. I'm sure you have all kinds of recording. I'm sure you have all kinds of proof and evidence that have caused you harm and financial loss. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you wouldn't just make a complaint that's not backed up by some sort of truth or proof. There you go.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, that's all. That's all you do, everybody. Where's the harm? Where's the loss? Where's the damage? Well, notice is just like screaming out to the world. You're just giving the world notice. When it's just like he's sticking it on the bulletin board for the whole world to take notice. It's not just for the folks in the courtroom. It's for the whole world to take notice. So, and require means by right and authority. It's by right and authority.
Yeah,
the state has authority. A cop has authority. The state has authority. The president has authority, but they have no rights. Mm-hmm. So all they can do is request of you. They can't require of you because they have no rights. Now, if you're a citizen of theirs, then they can require of you because then you're underneath them. Then they have rights over you, over their citizens, over their property.
So,
but if you're a man, they can't require anything of the man, but they can require of you, but they can't require of the man.
Mm-hmm. That's right. With
they
three
can
dimensions.
require you because there's two of yous.
Right.
There's the legally, there's the man. Oh, yeah. There's two of you. Because you is plural. You is plural. It's not a singular word. It's you is plural. Go Google it. You don't effing believe me? Go to Wikipedia. If I discovered gold, what more do I have to say other than I claim I discovered gold?
Well, I was just asking the question about the theories or the behind the original common law that we the people had, not the government.
That is the common law. It is the common law. The common law is, as I said, that baby's mine.
Right.
Okay,
And all
that gold is mine.
man.
No, that gold is mine. That baby's mine. Okay, what all evidence and facts do you think I got to put in to prove that to anybody? I don't. I did. That's mine. There you go. There you go. There's the facts. There's the evidence. There's all the proof. I said that's mine. I'm done. What do you mean? I mean, I need logistics and charts, and I need scales and proof and weights and measures.
And it doesn't work until you have to file your claim.
Yeah, I just make a claim.
Yeah.
How much information do you need to put in the claim?
Yeah, that's it. I make a claim. I file
You
a
don't
claim.
put everything in. You just put the bare basics. You don't have to put everything in there.
I claim that's mine.
It's whatever is there.
That's mine. And there you go. Now somebody's got to come forward and say it's not mine. And now I got a counterclaim. Other than that, that's it. And then I'll bring one piece of proof in. And then he'll bring in one piece of proof. And then I'll bring in another piece of proof. Then he'll bring another piece of proof. And then I'll eventually win or he'll eventually win. Who said you got to make a claim for the common law?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. As soon as you
I'm going to make a claim for common law. Uh-oh.
Why would you do that? Why don't you just say, I claim, and then go on with your sentence, and they already know you're in common law.
You're lying. Exactly.
It's only making claim.
That's right.
Okay, so
I claim. When you say I claim, I'm in common law. When you say Bob files a complaint, you know,
right.
You're legalese. Yeah, I did habeas corpus, man, and it was so simple. It's scary. Yeah. It's been around since caveman. It just means bring the body. You can't hold. The only people that could really evoke habeas corpus right now are those guys in Guantanamo Bay, because those are the folks that are saying, "Hey, you know, we have the right to know what we're being charged with, and we're being held here indefinitely. You think somebody's going to let me know what I did someday so I get the hell out of here?" It's the same thing that I dealt with for 7 years with them taking my kid. I was like, hey, do you think somebody's going to hand me a piece of paper to tell me why you got my kid? And every time I went to court 28 times for hearings and 2 trials, and I never had a piece of paper handed to either me or my wife or any of our attorneys why the child was being held. That's habeas corpus in a nutshell. You have the right to know what you're being accused of. And almost everybody in this country knows what they're being accused of. They have something in writing that's handed to them. But the thing that everybody's missing with habeas corpus is the person that is accusing you, they have to bring the body forward. The marshal is not accusing you, so why is the marshal bringing you forward? The prosecutor's not accusing you, so why is he bringing you forward? Who said that I did wrong? The United States of America, let them bring me forward. I have the right to cross-examine my accuser. Marshall isn't accusing me of anything. He's just like, I don't know, sir, I'm just doing my job, just carrying out orders. All I know is I got this piece of paper and it's told to bring you in. That's all I'm doing. I'm carrying out my orders. That's all the prosecutor is going to say to you. He's going to say, sir, I don't know what the hell you really did or didn't do. All I know is I'm carrying out an order, and all I know is I'm supposed to be here today and say that you did this wrong. It's like, well, did you see me do it? Well, no. Well, then why are you saying it? Well, this piece of paper says you did it. I was like, oh, so the paper got vocal cords and now it talks to you? What is this, a magical piece of paper? This is ridiculous. And it's the same thing. I just watched a movie last night, some movie called Traffic, and they killed the drugs. They killed the guy who ratted out the drug kingpin. So the United States government had to drop the case against the kingpin because the rat was killed. So the United States government couldn't keep pursuing their case because they had no third-party eyewitness to the case in the United States. So what? They could accuse you, but somebody's got to have to testify against you. If they ain't got nobody to testify against you, it's kind of like the IRS. They wait for you to testify against yourself. We went down to the feds and the federal attorney lady. had to tell him straight up the truth right in front of me. So it was a lot of fun for me to hear somebody on the other side have to tell somebody I've been trying to help every damn thing I've been saying to him is true. So it's not like, wow, Karl, she actually said that they're waiting for me to confess. Yeah, that's what a conviction is. You have to confess. When the jury comes back with an attaintment, when they render the verdict against you, it's an attaintment. They strip you of everything. It's like they take the paint off you. It's an attaintment. I said, so no, you got to confess. So that's what the lady said. So yes, are you willing to confess? And if you're ready to confess, we'll go across the street right now to the prosecutor's office, and we'll work out a plea deal. See, because he can't be given a plea deal until he confesses. And at this point, he hasn't confessed. You're on, right, Greg?
Yeah, I'm on.
Tell the people what that lady read you about the plea thing, if you can remember a little bit of it.
It's just real simple. She just said it was a paper case, and that they were just waiting on me. That's exactly what she said. Those words.
Remember, she opened up this piece of paper and she opened up this book and she started reading it word for word. That they can't offer you a plea yet until you confess. So all I'm trying to say is when you folks are in court and when you folks are arrested and they're offering you plea deals, you already confessed. You already convicted. So when you hear somebody say to you, oh, well, we'll cut you a deal. It's like, is this a plea deal? Yeah, this is a plea. We're making a deal with you now. When they say that they're making a plea deal with you, a plea bargain with you right now, you have already confessed somewhere along the line. You might not realize you confessed. You might not realize that what you said or did not say led to your self-confession, but she read it straight out of like the federal book. She read it straight to this man, Greg, and I don't know if he was really paying attention to what she was saying. But do you kind of remember what you were trying to say?
Being inexperienced, you heard loud and clear things that I didn't hear, of course. But I heard what words came out of her mouth that you understood more better than I what she was really trying to say. But bottom line is, that is what she said.
Yeah, so they couldn't offer him a plea deal because they were like, he kept asking, well, what's it going to take to get this ankle bracelet off me? What's it going to take? What's it going to take? Look, they can't even offer you a plea deal yet until you enter a plea. You haven't entered a plea yet. So until you enter a plea, there's nothing we can do.
She entered a plea of not guilty, though, without...
But you didn't. But you have to. She can't do it. You have to do it.
Right.
She can't do it. You have to do it. They're waiting for you. And that's what she kept saying to you. We're all waiting on you, Greg. If you just plea, you'll ankle bracelet off you a lot quicker. You just go to jail. You'll get it off you real quick. You'll go straight to jail. You want that off your ankle? We got a way to do it.
Well, remember when they came after me about a year and a half ago for willful failure to file? They posed a plea agreement before they even spoke to me, ever.
Yeah, but that's to the defendant, not to the man. They can offer the defendant because they have jurisdiction over defendant. They don't have jurisdiction over a man. So yes, they can enter a plea on behalf of the defendant. They can't enter a plea on behalf of the man. There's two different characters going there. There's two different things. The nature of you is a man. One of your characteristics is that of a defendant, but you're also a son. You're also a grandson. You're also a dad. You're also a drunk. You're also the smartest man on the planet. But you are always a man. Can they enter a plea on behalf of? Can your mom enter a plea on your behalf because you're a son? Yes. But are you liable for it? No, not until you say that you're liable because now you're a man. You don't have to carry out what your mom orders anymore.
But don't we have the right to be the characteristic of the defendant, which I'm going to avoid using
words that you don't want me to use, such as legal person. But we have the right to be the man or to be that in our character as well. Doesn't say we have to. Nothing says we have to.
Let me make it even simpler. In their case, you're the defendant. Big deal. It's like saying in their story of Charlotte's Web, or their story of the Lord of the Rings, or their story of Harry Potter, you're the magic wizard. So what? That's their story. Who cares? Well, how do they say everybody in the Harry Potter movie, everybody in America is an evil tyrant? Okay, the evil tyrant, and they're all selfish. Okay, great. Now, am I going to go around and sue that lady for saying that everybody who lives on the American continent is an evil person? No, I'm not going to waste my time. Whatever she wants to put on in her story, in her case, I don't care. Has nothing to do with me. So she could call me anything she wants. I don't care.
We can say the same thing. Yeah,
right.
you've got a defendant there. What has that got to do with me?
It has absolutely nothing to do with me as a man. That's their case. So all you're doing is saying, look, you either stop interfering with my life, with your silly case going on, because now it's causing me harm or financial loss. I'm going to file a case against you. First you said, I got the letter. The next thing you said is, they're gonna ignore this. And then I don't put anything in writing, and that's not the way I work. So what I said to you, I said, what you should have supposed to have said to that attorney immediately, saying, good, I need you to put it in writing that you don't put anything in writing, and I need you to sign it and send it to me that you don't do anything in writing. You remember?
Right.
That's the only thing I wanted to see. That's the only letter I wanted to see come back from her, is that I don't do anything in writing. That's not the way I work. I don't put anything in writing. Now tell her to put that in writing and sign it and send it to you. Because it's your word against her word that she doesn't put things in writing. You see what I'm saying? That's why I try to say to people, make things short and sweet. Make a simple letter. Say, are you going to send it? Well, I was basically saying when I sent that letter, when we wrote that letter, saying whoever's who's keeping this property on my property, I'm going to require you to remove your property now. I no longer want it. I don't want to maintain it. I don't want to be the steward of it. I just want it gone, and I want it gone now. If you don't get it off my property, I'm going to hold whoever has the ability to remove this from my property liable for damages.
You want me to read this 12-point letter that really got her vote?
What you okay, sentence, read whatever the one that, is this the one I sent to you?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and read the one that really pissed her off.
All right. Thank you for your phone call regarding the situation between the United States of America and I. Phone calls are at times a useful form of communication. You do understand, as I do, that phone calls are not proper decorum courtroom setting. I communicate.
Yeah, talk closer to the microphone, man.
I communicate.
There you go. That sounds good. Now start from your beginning, man, because the first three sentences sound terrible.
Okay. It says, thank you for your phone call regarding the situation between the United States of America and I. Phone calls are at times a useful form of communication. You do understand, as I do, that phone calls are not proper decorum within a courtroom setting. I communicated with you in the written form to secure and protect my rights. I now require of you to preserve and create a record by pressing our phone call conversation upon paper. I now.
Yeah, sorry about that, man. That was Little Bill. Go ahead, Greg. That was Little Bill.
I now require of you to make delivery of said paper to my person post haste. I now require of you to answer these following questions. Question: is it true I made a presentment of a letter to you? Question: is it true that you said they are not going to pay attention to it? 3. Question: is it true that you said they are not going to pay any attention to it? If I don't understand this.
I'll do question number 3, because you're not emphasizing what I emphasized in the written word. That's why it's easier for people to read what I write than hear the inflection if you're doing it wrong. See, it says 3, question, is it true that you said they are not going to pay any attention to it? Is it in reference to A, my letter, or B, my wish to have they to remove their property from I, my person? See, the whole thing is that Greg's forgetting to tell you folks is the question number 2 was very important. Question number 2, is it true that you said they are not going to pay any attention to it? Now, I don't know if you people know what the word they means. They can never, ever be used as an adjective. They is a pronoun defining a person or a thing, a noun. So what is this they? The lawyer said to him, they are not going to remove it. Okay, let me see. The plaintiff is the United States of America, okay? And the defendant is Greg, okay? So who is this magical they? Is this they, the plaintiff, the United States of America? Are you telling me they? Who is this they who's accusing me of doing wrong? Is it the United States of America? I have the right, under habeas corpus, to have the right to cross-examine my accuser. So is this they the United States of America? I need to know. Can you please just define for me this they that is making a claim that I and my person are doing something wrong to they? Who is this they? Is it a the they? Or is it a this they because it's the United States? Or is it this United States? Or is it this guy over here or that guy over there? Who is this? Who is this they? Who is this magical they? I already explained to you folks months ago what the word you means and what the word I means. Now there's a nice new fun word. What is this they? His attorney said they will not remove it. They who? They, the U.S. Marshal Service? They, the magistrate, the guys in a black robe? They, the court reporter? They, the federal prosecutor? They who? Who is this magical they? The IRS? Who is they who will not do what I order them to do or require them to do or wish them to do? Who is this they? Can you please tell me who this they is? That's the big thing. So like I said, if you just read the letter word for word, it kind of doesn't make any sense. Unless everybody understands what the word they means and the way I emphasize the word it.
And it's in quotations and it's in bold. So
yeah, and it's not italicized. Right. What is this they and who? What is this it? They said they're not going to remove it. What is this it? Is this it the ankle bracelet? Or they're not going to pay attention to it in reference to my letter that I just sent to them? Are they going to dishonor my presentment of a letter? Are you going to say they're going to ignore it and not respond within 72 hours? Are they going to ignore it, my present? Or are they going to ignore it, my wish to have this ankle bracelet removed from my property? What is the it that you're referring to, lawyer lady? Be precise, because I'm going to break your balls. And I'm going to make you say exactly what you mean. And you are going to put it in writing. And if you don't like to play by the rules, which is normal rules all over the planet, that when we communicate, I want to do it in writing. And when you tell me something, I need it to be precise because you're telling me I'm going to go to jail, or I'm going to federal prison. You better believe we are going to do this by the letter of the law. We are going to do this by the book, by the numbers 1, 2, 3. You will put it in writing. You will sign it. You will explain to me if you are supposed to be the federal attorney lady who's supposed to help me. I need you to define who this they is who's coming after me. Who is this they? Am I coming after them? Am I the accuser? Am I the prosecutor? Or are they? Can you just tell me what is the nature of the parties in this case? their case, because it's not my case. It's their case. You're going to have to define for me where I stand in this they's case. Is it they who? So you could be like, well, stop being such an asshole, and you know who they are. You know who they are. No, I don't know who this fucking they are. You tell me who's this they. Because I'm telling Greg, he's the they. He's the one who wishes everything in when you deal with the IRS. He's the they who wanted the ankle bracelet. He's the they who's going to prosecute himself. He's the they who's going to open his mouth and will give up his Fourth and Fifth Amendment rights. He's the they. The only way they can get you is you have to confess. Just like you could watch all those old movies, man, Spanish Inquisition. Oh, the priests can't kill you because they're good, godly priests. But what they do is they torture you so much, so then you finally say, oh, I confess, please kill me, because I know I've done wrong. And the priest says, okay, we'll let you out of this earthly bond and torture, that you put yourself through. He's like, well, no, dude, you put me through this. Oh, no, we didn't put you through it. You put yourself through this. You wanted us to do this to you. Remember? You wanted us to do this to you. I don't remember. And then the torture keeps going on. They're just fucking with you. They're playing word games with you. You got to know who the it, the they, the you, the I is. It's ridiculous what they're doing to you. Or it's ridiculous what they're doing to I as a man, or I as a woman. The other person I'm speaking to on the other end of his phone, not the you. So that's why you always laugh when you folks see me for years writing back and forth to some people. I always write the word use with the SE on it, because I want to let you people know you is plural. So I say, you know what? Let's write use to these folks. Y-O-U-S-E. You people say, there's no such word. It's like, okay, but do you know you is plural? No, I don't. I said, okay, when I write SE, does it look plural? Well, it looks plural now. There you go. Because they're effing with you. It looks singular, but it's plural. So I'm going to write it so it's plural. I'm not messing with you people. I'm not part of their team. I'm not going in Y-O-U. I'm writing Y-O-U-S-E because you know what? It's plural. I don't hear anybody calling up on this thing say, Karl, I just Wikipedia'd the word you. It's not plural. No, you don't hear anybody. And I've been telling people this since like November, December. And then some guy did a great call on Angela's show. He spent like an hour just explaining the word you even better than I did, because I could do it in about 10 seconds. That guy spent a whole hour. God bless him. Because I don't feel like spending an hour explaining what this day is. I don't feel like spending an hour explaining what the word I means. This is simple. So thank God other people are picking up the ball and running with it. And it's like, hey, you know what? I listened to Karl on Angela's show last week, and he brought up the word you, and he said, hey, you bad guys got to learn what this word means. Or they're going to eat you for lunch every time you walk in the court and said, hey, is this you, Bob? Hey, is this you, Sam? Hey, is this you, Joe? Yeah, he's got joinder. He controls the defendant because Joe is listed as the defendant. So now the judge has jurisdiction. And that's all I'm trying to say to you folks. And when I say this, like, look, I am a man. There you go. I'm done. What? I am a man. I claim. Boom. I'm done. I claim what? Whatever the hell I want. Whatever the hell I wish. Whatever the hell I require. It's simple. And they know it. And it's deadly. And that's what Larry got on earlier. And he said, he's the one who told me. He says, man, the feds are looking for all this big fancy paperwork. And I'm not giving it to them. And when our friends saw my stuff, they said, what's this? This is what they're afraid of? It's 4 sentences. This is ridiculous. It's like Fred Flintstone. It's like third grade. And third grader can understand. It's like, yes, but do you understand what that word really means? So I sat in the U.S. Marshal's office for an hour or two and explaining to them that 4 sentences. And they're like, holy crap, this is like genius. I said, yes, it's your words. It's so simple and scary, isn't it? They're like, wow, now we see why they're so scared. I said, yes, thank you. It sounds retarded. It's so simple. It's so scary. I said, I'm not bombarding the court with 10,000 documents. It's 1 page, man. I put it like in 20-something font to make it fill up the page because it looks so ridiculous how tiny it is. So you're like, oh, okay, yeah, it's kind of different. It's like, yeah, that's all I claim. I make a claim. I claim I found gold. I found it over here. Anybody else wants to make the claim that my claim is a false claim, let me know and I'll share the claim. Or I'll give it up and I'll give it to you. Maybe you are the rightful possessor of this gold. Maybe I am in the wrong. Maybe we could share. Whatever. Simple claims. I believe you did me wrong. And that's why I say to people, you finish it on the administrative side. You like what I'm doing with this man in Indiana with the IRS. And it's driving them effing nuts. And this man's afraid in Indiana that they're not going to let us finish the administrative process, that they're going to just run his ass straight into the courthouse. And they say, look, before this guy can finish up anything else on the administrative side, man, we're going to have to slam this guy down because he's asking us questions. And we have to answer his questions. We're the one who's the plaintiff. We have to say, tell him what is the nature of his wrong. Okay, that's the nature. Now, define what the wrong is. Can you please explain in detail what I did wrong? And right now, I guarantee you, they cannot say wrong. Because this is what I said to this man. He keeps saying to me all the time, crime. I said, what word is crime? It's some sort of legalese, gobbledygook word. There's no such thing. It's like you either did wrong or you didn't do wrong. Wrong is the worst thing you could say to somebody in a court. You can say to the judge, Judge, I believe you're committing a crime. He'll be like, eh. You say to the judge, hey, you know what? You're doing wrong. That judge is going to explode. That's the worst thing you can say because there's no excuse for doing something wrong. Because you know what the right thing is to do. And to do a wrong means you know what is right. And you're disregarding the fact that you know the difference between right and wrong. And you choose to do wrong. So all I keep saying to them is like, and I say, you know, who's claiming I committed a crime? No. Who say I do wrong? There you go. It sounds like retarded. Who say I do wrong? It's like, well, that doesn't even sound like no, well, it's present tense. Who's making a claim right now, today, this moment, at this time? Not in the past, right now. You say I do wrong? Yes or no? So see, that's what I'm trying to say, man. I make things really simple for the people. And then if they say, yes, we claim that you do wrong, okay, which of the you? I, the man, am doing wrong, or I, the taxpayer, or I, the person who filed that 1040 form? Who are you claiming did the wrong? The tax filer or the man? And there you go. I'm trying to show him we're going to separate the two. We're going to separate him as the tax filer or him as the man. Which one does the IRS, the United States of America, want to go after? Because he is a man, he's like the bondsman. He is holding the bond for the defendant. Or like you are like the chattel. You're holding the liability of your child. Your child throws the rock through the windows. Obviously, they're going to come to you. Just like back in you watch the I Love Lucy shows, Lucy Ricardo did something wrong. They always went after Ricky because Ricky was the one liable. And Ricky would go freaking nuts. He's like, not again. I got to bail you out again. Lucy, when are you going to stop your nonsense? This is costing me big bucks. Wasting my time. Can you just cut your crap? And that's the same thing when you say the word you. You got to, if you don't want to be joined, separate yourselves, man, because you got a common law country where you can say, whoof, you know, you want anything from me, the man, you let me know. But as the defendant, you know what? I'm sorry what my defendant did to you. I'm sorry what my I Love Lucy lady did to you. But you know what? Honestly, I'm not liable. You want her, you go after her. But I, as the man, you better leave me alone. Or make a claim that I, the man, actually did a wrong to another man. Well, then I'll compensate. I'll be more than glad to settle the matter. I'll be more than glad to write out a paycheck, write out a check right now to anybody who's claiming I did wrong. Please state your claim. And the government can't make a claim, especially against a man. That's ridiculous. That's why my stuff is so simple, because I could only deal with like credit cards, mortgage companies, governments. I can't deal with another man on man. None of my nonsense works when it's a man on another man. You do another man wrong, figure out a way to pay him back. Some husband and wife called me up and they said, my son's in jail. I said, did you do somebody wrong? It's like, what? Did he hurt somebody? Yeah. I said, well, then I hope he sits in jail and rots. I said, because if you folks or his parents don't know the law of this land, I'm not going to explain it to you. All he basically had to do was beg for forgiveness and say that he was sorry. But if his parents didn't even know that, he certainly doesn't know, and he belongs in jail because he'll come out thinking that he could just run around, hurt people, say, oh, I'm sorry, raped you, oh, I'm sorry, No, forget that, man. People like that need to sit in jail and get the hell away from the rest of society. But all I do has to do with any kind of anything other than a self-governing entity, like I'm a self-governing entity, or like a corporation other than flesh and, like a man. Man, I'm a corporation. I'm embodied, because my mom and dad joined together in intercourse and commerce, and commerce and intercourse is basically the same word. And I'm the product of my mother and father. Am I a corporation? Yes, I'm whole and complete. So, like I said, if you want to play cute with the words, sure, we can go all day and play cute with the words, but that's why I make my stuff short and sweet. Did I do wrong? Yes or no? Well, no, I didn't do wrong, but you did wrong. Oh, so you're trying to join me with that fictional entity. Is that what you're trying to do? The tax filer? Is that what you're trying to get joined over me, Judge? Because I, a man? Did I do wrong? Yes or no? And Judge will say, well, absolutely not. You're damn right I didn't. I'm telling you, when you guys wake up and you see this stuff, you'll say, no, I see why Carl's laughing all the time, while the judges laugh at us all the time, too. They say, you better go get an attorney, Sonny, before you go get yourself hurt. And you guys got beautiful paperwork, you know all this shit inside and out, and the judge just gets you on a simple word like you. And you're like, that bastard, that psychopath, he's evil. No, he's not. He's like you're dealing with your mom or your dad when you were a little kid, when you're 3, 4 years old. He's already got jurisdiction and control over you. Either he wants to hear your bullshit or he doesn't want to hear your bullshit today. It's like, you know what? Well, how come he let that lady go and that's when he didn't? Well, he's like your mom and dad. Mom had kids that she liked, and she knew that you were going to be a pain in the ass, so she came down harder on you than she came down on the other kids. How did he get jurisdiction on me? He just asked you, is this you? Is you Bob? Are you Susie? And you said, yeah. I said, well, there you go. I got jurisdiction over you. Now I'm going to either want to hear your nonsense or not hear your nonsense. What did I explain to you what income tax was? Do you remember?
I'm thinking that you said it was an ancient act of pledging.
It's whatever you wish, whatever you believe it is.
Well, right.
Remember what that attorney lady said?
Yeah, she says, they can't say what is income and what is not income. Only I can say.
That's right.
So
there you go, sir. So guest number 28. See, this is when I talk. I talk so simple, so quick, so straightforward. This is exactly the way the federal people will talk to you as well. Just like Harry Reid said. Harry Reid said the income taxes are voluntary. And then one guy said, but if you don't pay your income taxes, you're going to jail. That's right. Harry Reid said, yes, that's true. You will go to jail if you don't pay your income taxes. But then the guy said to Harry Reid 100 times, I thought you said the IRS income taxes are voluntary. He said, yes. And then he said, but didn't you just say if you don't pay your income taxes, you go to jail? He said, yes, you're right. So now if you people understand how simple Harry Reid is talking, like simple like I'm talking, it all makes perfectly logical sense. But that poor bastard on that YouTube video who was doing a mass email to everybody, Harry Reid explains how the IRS income tax is voluntary. And then the poor guy kept saying to Harry, but Harry, I thought you just told me that if I don't pay my income taxes, I go to jail. Yes, you do. But income taxes are voluntary. Yes, they are. But if I don't pay them, I go to jail. Yes, you do. Harry is dead on, and Harry's not lying to you. You just don't understand the words that are coming out of his mouth. You think you know what the words are because you went to public school. So I said, this man from Indiana here, Greg, he sat right there. And the lady picked up a huge spreadsheet and said, look at all these numbers that were going in and out of this account a couple of years ago. I thought this was all, you explained all this income. And thank God, man, he said, my boots, my boot kicking him when my boot helped a lot. Telling him basically, don't say a damn thing, buddy, because this is all on confessions. They can't tell you what any of those numbers on any of that spreadsheet paperwork means. They don't have an effing clue. There's 6 different other forms of funds that can be placed into an account. They don't all exclusively have to be income. And one show will explain the other 6 forms, but not right now.
It's up to you. It's up to you if you want to say that that what you have in your account was derived from being an agent, officer, or employee of the government.
And she didn't even waste that many words. You wasted many words. All she said to you is, we have no clue what your income is. We have no idea. You have to tell us what your income is. Now, you use this nice big fancy thing that you just said. I can't even remember what the hell you just said. What did you just say again? That agent of what?
Well, first of all, you have to, we don't know, and we're not supposed to know, the definition of income.
Because there is no, you define it for them. They can't define it for you.
That's right.
So what's funny
if you let them define it,
you let Rod Class define it for you under like a U.S. Code 26 or U.S. Code 16 or U.S. Code 18. If you want to let these big books define your words for you, well, God bless you. As far as I'm concerned, those books are written in German or Chinese or legally.
Not to mention, if you use them, it must apply to you.
If you want to use them, then you bind yourself to them voluntarily. It's all voluntary. You don't have to bind yourself to their beliefs. It's all voluntary. Like I say to you folks, thank God it's easy for me. It's so much easier for me to understand this stuff than it is for you guys because my dad did not read or write English. He was German. So everything to him, unless you spoke it or read it to him in German, he had no effing clue what you're talking about. So it was easy for me to say, what do you mean, Dad? You don't understand that? No, I can't read that. What? It's just a simple, like, driver's license. It's just a simple contract. It's a simple, I don't know what it says. So it was so easy for me, every time a government agent would throw something at me, say, I don't know what that says. Because I saw my dad doing it my whole life. So it's easy for him to say it, then I put two and two together. It's like, hey, you know what? He's really pissing these people off. What do you mean you don't understand? I don't. It's in the language I don't understand. They can't bind them to it. It's that simple. Everything that gets thrown across the desk, forget that you got a straight A. Forget that everybody called you a dummy in school if you didn't understand it. Call me a dummy. I don't give a damn. No, the real word is an idiot. I am an idiot. That means I'm just not willing to contract with you because I don't understand the terms and conditions of the contract. Not one iota, not I'm an idiot. Iota, idiot. Not one little micron do I understand. Is there any law that says I must learn what you wrote? No, that's ridiculous. Do I have to learn your language? No. Is there a law that says I must understand your beliefs? No. Come on, people, stop being silly. You're just wasting my time, but you know what? Hey, like I said, man, it's just a lot of fun, man, because like I said, I'm helping a lot of folks, like deprogram. And people, I could tell, man, people are like donating to me, man. So, people are telling me keep up the good work and stuff like that. Hell, this man, I'm talking to Greg, man. He got me out there in Indiana. So that worked out fine for me too, and hopefully it's helping him, man. I know his fucking lawyer's probably not thrilled, but his lawyer said, man, this guy's done a 180-degree shift from the first time she met him. So see what I'm saying?
The first time she met me, it was all anger. It was all, your basic, been done wrong, and I hate this, and they're all evil crooks and criminals, and they're all fraud, and they're all violating our rights, and they're all doing this, and they're all doing that. Now I understand everything, and I don't have to think that way, and I don't have to waste all that energy feeling that way. Because all that'll do is drain you.
Yeah, it's just wasting your time, man, away from your wife, your kids, your job, your family, your business. What a waste. Reading all that crap, trying to learn all that shit. It's unbelievable.
Why do we have to play ball, or why do we have to play cards with them when we know that the damn deck is stacked? And we all know the deck is stacked. they have all the cards picked out. You know, they're the dealer. They kind of set you up or set us up to believe everything is going to be fair and just and honest when it's not. So.
Well, that's because for the first 100 years of this country, it was reversed. They knew they had no chance in court. They knew that they would get a guy like me who would say, "Wait a second, you're our creation. I don't answer to my creation. I'm the creator." It's just like what I say to people when you say about God. Now, you could pray to God all you want. But if God doesn't do what you want him to do, what are you going to do? Sue him?
Right.
They're flipping it around. They're flipping around. It's just the same thing. Like I say to people, if you know history, like you know, the Chinese emperors always had to have their feet bound in these little tiny cloths, so they couldn't really walk out of the palace, and they had these really huge fingernails because all the people who raised them up since they were little kids said, "Well, gods have little tiny feet, and gods have really long fingernails." So what they were doing is they were basically crippling the king. So the king couldn't sign anything. The king couldn't walk anywhere. And they told him you couldn't leave the palace because this is like heaven and, you know, you can't leave the palace. So they basically were, they were running the show when they had no power. And all those clowns, if you actually read them, they were all eunuchs. So basically they had nothing worth living for, I guess, in their minds. It's like, what the hell, let's screw with the king then. You know, since we can't screw women, let's screw with the king. So, so technically they're in power. So that's basically what's going on here. We have civil servants who are believing they have the power.
Right.
And they're basically saying they know they don't have the power. They know that the people have the power. And the same thing with the legal society. They know that they can't testify in open court under oath of affirmation. They know they can't even notice the court. They know they can't even present any evidence or facts before the court. They know they have no standing in court. They know it. So how are they going to flip it around and start getting a little bit of power? They were going to bring you in. Not only the man, but they were going to bring you, Bob, the legal fiction in.
Right.
That's how they're going to get you. Because you didn't know just do like a Jed Clampett or like a simple you just didn't know how to talk simple. It's like, well, I don't know about this old birth certificate, but I do know I'm a man, and I know I didn't cause no man no harm, so I don't understand why I'm here then. And it's like, well, because the statutory code 13 is that saying that I caused some man a harm? No. Then I still don't know why I'm here.
Right.
Oh, let me explain. They'll say, let me explain it again to you. When you were walking across the street, you did a X31, X2, 3724. That's direct violation of the California code. Well, I'm very sorry that I hurt Mr. Code, but if he's here, and I'll shake his hand and I'll ask him if he's okay. If I violated him, I don't remember taking anything out of my pants and violating anybody.
Right.
You know, it's like I don't remember. You know, but if he says I did.
How do you respond if someone says, "Well, Karl, the court does not recognize the living man, does not recognize man, and you know the court only recognizes corporations or the corporations that they have created through man, so I can't hear you," or the judge might pretend I can't hear you when you come in and say, "Look, I'm a man. I'm a man." So is the enforcement the part where when like you got to be patient, because I'm really going back in the archives and digging, because I really find it fascinating. Like a caller, I don't know whether it was an older call or a newer call, because I'm like listening to the beginning and then going back to the recent ones, but I know that he can't hear you, but it's the enforcement that you go after that man who may, that capacity of that man, he may be a judge, he may be a public official, that may be one of the activities that he performs, but I, as one man, will go after that other man who is parading around as this public official? Is that the action to go after him, to go after that man or that woman who has violated me as a man?
No, because the judge is not the one who's going after you. It's the person standing right. It's the prosecutor. The judge isn't doing anything. The guy in the black robe, he's just a referee. It's like you're playing basketball and you're bitching that the guy just scored 2 points on you. You're bitching at the referee. What are you bitching about? I'm not the one. Defend yourself against that guy standing to the right.
But but aren't we? Because I know that in the real world they're supposed to be objective. And they're supposed to be a referee.
They are. You just got to make sure. You just got to make them aware that you don't grant them any authority over you. So you just got to. You have to do it in writing. You never say it in court, because if you say it in court, obviously you're speaking the same language he understands. You got to put it in writing and say, where do you believe you derive the authority over I, a man? And the judge will say, the guy in the black robe will say, I have no authority over you as a man. That's right. So where does the prosecutor derive his authority over I, the man? And the prosecutor say, I have no jurisdiction or authority over you as a man either. It's like, okay, then is there anything else I could help you with today? Because I just stand here as a man. Is there anything else I could help you with today before I go home? And that's it.
I'm here. You're here today. We want to know who Joe Blow was, who John Joe was, that ran that red light on such and such a Miller Street, and he's been charged with violating this code.
You could just say to them, if you wanted to say something funny, you say, do you believe I, a man, is a requirement of I, a man, to go from point A to point B to have a license for a man? You believe a man is required to have a license to go from point A to point B?
Well, they're not going to even. They're going to try to walk right out of that one. They're not. Well,
of course they're going to say, well, they're going to say yes or no. You believe that? Do you believe that it's required of I, a man, to go from point A to point B, that I have to be licensed, permitted, and insured to go from point A to point B? See, but I did this all in writing way before I went in.
Yeah. Because, they will try to squirm and weasel out of any issues that either man presents, because they don't want to hear from either man. They want to hear from that person that they have created through either man.
Even when you are in court as a man, if you're answering to the person that's done wrong, you're basically acting like the daddy for your son who did wrong driving a car. You're acting in capacity of the person which you have liability for.
Okay.
So all I'm trying to say is you do like I said, this man in Indiana with these folks and with the IRS, or these people with the EPA in Indiana. I'm doing everything pre-hearings, pre-trials, pre-everything. Okay. Everything is in writing. Everything. We're going to get this down to when we walk into the courtroom, there's only going to be one question only. Boom. And that's it. Answer this question. I got nothing else to say but answer that one question. Everything else we already settled. Where do you get the authority? Get away from that two-dimensional world, man. You live in a 3D world, man. Like I say to all these animals, these dogs, these cats, whatever, I said, go outside and enjoy the world, man. God gave you don't need to be in the house. Get outside and go enjoy the world. Go see what God gave you. And that's what I'm trying to tell the guys. So get the hell your nose out of these books and out of this paper, man. Get your hell away from these silly codes. Go out there and enjoy your wife and kids and go see what God gave you. You don't need to be wrangled up with this silly two-dimensional world that's basically not going to do anything but stress you out, piss you off, and lead you to an early grave. You don't need this nonsense in your life. Why are you doing it to yourself? This is all you, dude. Nobody in the two-dimension is forcing you in. You're going in because you wish to be part of this. They can't force you to put a piece of paper and pen in your hand. They can't force you to do anything. It's all what you want to do. It's all voluntary. Like I say to people, go watch it. That's what I got to do. I got to post that Harry Reid video on my webpage, which says all taxes are voluntary. And they are. They can't force you to do anything. It's a two-dimensional world. It's a piece of paper. That piece of paper can't put a gun to your head. And people will say, well, they'll take the two-dimensional paper or a three-dimensional person will put a gun in their hand and force that two-dimensional fucking... No, they won't. And go after that man who put a gun in his hand and pointed it at you. Go after the 3D man. So that might be nice that the 2D gave you power, but you're still effing with the 3D man. You're a 3D, I'm a 3D. That's nice that 2D says that you could do what you want to do to me. The only problem is that 2D ain't going to be able to stand up in court under oath affirmation and swear that it told you to do anything. Like, Mr. Officer, you're crazy if you believe that that piece of paper talks to you. I don't see no vocal cords hanging off that piece of paper. If you really believe that that piece of paper told you to do what you're doing to me, oh well, I would say you're crazy. I didn't write that paper. You didn't write that paper. Can you swear to anything on that paper? No. Why? You didn't create that paper, did you? No, neither did I. So don't think you're not going to be held liable. It's so simple. It's scary. This stuff ain't rocket science, what I do, man. It's just got to look at the different dimensions that are going on here.
I don't like that video because the interviewer did not question directly what the guy was talking about with what Harry Reid said, that he disagreed with the man's phraseology, but the man was so emotional and so disoriented that he did not say, okay, what exactly do you disagree with about my phraseology? And so it's left to the interpretation or the paradigm of the listener, the viewer of the video, to deduce what Harry Reid disagreed with. And it was never set in stone. Okay, how should I phrase this for you, Harry? I just watched that video 4 times this week trying to riddle your riddle. And I'm at a loss. I would really like it if you did post that on your website and break it down a little more, Yeah. Because it's not so cut and dried on the video as it is in your memory.
Like I said, a little kid at a kiosk makes me look like a monkey. He makes me look like a moron. The little kid can point every single one of those damn pictures out, and I can't pick out a damn one. So believe me, certain people are good at certain things, and certain people just need a little more help to get there.
It's like Malcolm said, it takes a special person to do law. It takes a special intellect to do law, man. It's the public, man.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like Malcolm. I thought Malcolm was on a call right now. That's not you, Malcolm? Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying, like that. Like I said.
Yeah. I get it. But without you talking, without you explaining it, I wouldn't get it. It would have gone right. I mean, it went right over my head, and I know what you say. I already know your take on it. I've listened to it over and over again, and it just doesn't comport with exactly because.
But if you had a guy like Mark Stevens, watching that thing, he'd say, look, see, again, another psychopath, just telling us, he's just crazy. The man's just crazy. He's clearly deceiving us and lying. He's clearly committing fraud. No, he's not, dude. He answered the question perfect. He does like I do. He does like I do. 1 sentence, 2 sentence, done. Simple words. Boom, boom, boom. Harry Reid is done. Boom. Next question. Let's keep going. Boom, 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 boom. He does it. Boom, boom, boom. Done.
Horrible interview. It was a horrible interview. And the interviewer was too emotional to be doing what he was doing.
But to me, it was perfect. It was so simple, so sweet, right to the point. Boom. Thank you, Harry. That's what I've been trying to tell everybody. And all I'm doing is, instead of what Harry did what he did, and it took him 30 seconds. What I'm doing is taking me, 73 episodes. And I'm still trying to get you guys to speed, what he did in 30 seconds, which I understood instantly. It's like, I get it. I know exactly every single word that he used there, and exactly the way he used it was perfect. It was perfect. He didn't waste any single words. Now he went, you know what he did? Now he's out there in the third dimension, hanging out with his kids playing golf or something while everybody else is reading the title 26 IRS tax code law book. Harry Reid's out there fishing somewhere. While you guys are all busy reading Title 26 or 16 or Title 18.
But Harry Reid conceded the point. You remember, he conceded the point. He said, "Oh well, if you don't, we don't necessarily force you to. If you don't, I mean, you don't necessarily get a gun to your head. You don't necessarily go to jail. We fine you, and we have penalties that accrue interest. We don't necessarily force you to." I mean, he conceded the point. And then, he went on to say, "Oh, it's voluntary because in involuntary countries like Italy or France, I forget the example." He said, "You can't write anything off. Your employer automatically takes everything out. In our country, it's voluntary because you have write-offs. You know, you have incentives to succeed."
It'd be nice if you knew what the word necessary meant.
Oh.
Yeah. See, you think you know what it means. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, bummer. Yeah, see.
You got your dictionary in front of you?
Just look at Article 1, Section 18 of the U.S. Constitution and realize why Patrick Henry...
Oh, necessary and proper. Okay.
Right. Yeah, okay. Then you'll understand a little bit what's going on.
Oh. That's why Patrick Henry ran out. He said, "That's it. Give me, you guys are making yourselves dictators. We're not signing to this."
They know what they're doing. They were playing with the words, man. They could go.
So he was invoking the necessary and proper. Oh, this is what we think it's necessary to keep the government going. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. We'll let you know. And we'll do what we wish. And if you're in our way, oh well.
And they use that a lot too.
Yeah, just like the Native American Indians, you'll find out what that means. Treaty? What treaty? Oh, it was necessary. It's all just on a plan.
All right, I'm going to leave it there. I'm back tomorrow. We're going to continue with the series potentially throughout the week. We have the court hearing Thursday. I'll give you folks some updates on that. I'm out of here. Blessings.
Recon. Put you in the sickle for the harvest is right. We ain't down for wickedness, false prophets a lie. Woman to the wicked grass of blind to sight. Unquenchable flame stars fall in the night. Shemayim snap the scroll, mountains fled in the anger. Hills a flock of rams skipping special forces, recon angels. Really by no labels, we bout labor for the source. Wells up in infinite, waters coming forth. Spiritual revival, dehydration shall I pour. Kept the run down to the mouth, cool floor. Kingdom heaven in me is parts of the morbid head. Treasure like deep in you, key to the never end. We all a ray, a fragment piece of the sea sledge. Point of a center, each segment filled in with ether. Hit me on the end, you're passing a present teacher. Pre-sealed and covenant in Nehemiah, not Easter. We all a ray, a fragment piece of the sea sledge. Point of a center, each segment filled in with ether. Hit me on the end, you're passing a present teacher. Pre-sealed and covenant in Nehemiah, not Easter. Not a game, stolen the soul arrangement. Adversary in the details, mirrors and smoking angels. Incriminating emails, fake news, read the paper. Pimping who been printing, it's all designed to take division in your cells. Almighty sustain, ain't got how relying on nothing else. In trouble, it's all vapor, elder wind in the sails. The water, the whole rainbow reclamation, just a vessel, a wrestle. Jonah, you
God
can't
damn
feel
it,
it.
Paul.
Stay mind, woe with holy who. Lord, if they only knew how they controlling you, thought still a slave. Look how they holding you, enemy scoping you. Word on the one, I say. Stay mind, dwell with holy who. Lord, if they only knew how they controlling you, thought still a slave. Look how they holding you, enemy scoping you. Word on the wing. Force tremendous, Bill Adam breath, living dust, mushy for the enemy, burnt down like a Dutch. Once upon a distant, dirty sackcloth in the ashes. Truth don't grow with mischief, prayer get raised about the ashes. Save me from the mire, I would fell of not your pasture. Had you not an anchor, if you save me, I'll be thrown to the thief, leech, mind of the corn. Stone in the sling, sing signs in the storm. Rock foundation, time echo with the north. Recon over game, wings fly with the force. All purpose type material to camouflage the course. Tiger stripe, orange, red drip from the source. We all array your fragment piece of the sea. Slits point of a center, he segment filled in with ether. He'll be on it then, you're passing the present teacher. Pre-sealed and covenant, Nehemiah, not Easter. Stay mind what we holding you. Lord, if they only knew how they controlling you. Thought still a slave. Look how they holding you, enemy scoping you. Word on my word. Stay mind what we holding you. Lord, if they only knew how they controlling you. Thought still a slave. Look how they holding you, enemy scoping you. Word on my word.
Selling freedom for a fee. Pockets lined with promises that never set you free. Touchdown position, head low, comply. But truth don't live where falsehoods lie. A trifold solution for a problem you make. Teaching how to bow while the real ones don't break. What you sell ain't freedom, just a cage you choose. Making you a better pawn in a game you'll lose. Lost scholar, what's the price of your word? Speaking in circles, yo, your truth is blurred. No roots, no honor, no ground to stand on. Your paper throne crumbles in the palm of your hand. Delete the laws, yo, put the laws in the land. Or not in codes or controls that you can't understand. Teaching folks how to bow, yeah, making good hoes. But every pimp knows how the same game goes. Chant PLQI, you think vengeance will save, but you dishonor the truth and you dig your own grave. The trifold shield won't cover the fool. Nah, you fools who sell hate just keep feeding the fuel. Lost scholar, what's the price of your word? Speaking in circles, yo, your truth is blurred. No roots, no honor, no ground to stand. Your paper throne crumbles in the palm of your hand. The wise don't kneel, they don't break or bend. Yeah, they walk in the truth where your lies don't stand. No scripts in their pocket, no pose to assume. Yo, your words are a joke, delete flaws and read the room. What's freedom to a man that peddles a scam? Who speaks no truth and hides behind another man? The scholar's just a shadow, yeah, ghost in disguise. Or those who walk steady, yo, see through the lies. The truth don't fold, nah, it don't fit in the trifold. It's carried in the heart, not in stories retold. Yo, you teach the pose, but you're lost in the fight. Claiming you know, but you're just trapped in the night. Yo, you say do this, do that, and you'll be free. But you're just getting pimped, yeah, you just don't see. Codes can't bind the ones who won't play. The risk loses power when the truth finds its way. Lost scholar, what's the price of your word? Speaking in circles, yo, your truth is absurd. No roots, no honor, no ground to stand. Your paper throne crumbles in the palm of your hand. Yo, so fold your trifold, take your seat. The game you're playing is a game of defeat. The law stands strong where you can't pretend. What's built on lies, we're only breaking the end. No touchdown poses, no gimmicks to sell. Yeah, the ones who know the walk steady and well. Lost scholar, you know your lesson's undone. You're just a pile of wet rags crying out in the sun.
Disgusting.